What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the FanDuel Hurry Up. You're with Justin Henry here. Today I'll be covering Odell Beckham Jr. and his pending free agency, talking about 3 different landing spots that I like for his value. We saw a wild year for Odell Beckham last year, coming from the Browns to the Rams, heading to a Super Bowl, getting a ring, suffering an ACL injury. So a lot has happened with Odell, and now he's heading into free agency, and there's some teams that could use his help. With all the wide receiver movement this offseason, we saw a lot of big names moved, some different situations. Odell has a chance to help a team in need right now, especially even after the draft. A lot of teams have identified their wide receiver 1 or even found fits for the young up-and-coming receivers. But I'm looking at 3 different teams that could use his help immediately this season. The Green Bay Packers are a team that could really use Odell, coming off of an offseason where they lost Davante Adams, but also re-signed Aaron Rodgers. This team is in need of an elite wide receiver that can come in and help immediately. They did address the wide receiver position in the draft, taking Christian Watson, but losing Marquez Valdez-Scantling also will hurt this team. And so Odell could fit in very nicely into that slot position, playing almost that Randall Cobb role, and also having a chance to show that he can be a capable wide receiver 1 and dependable target for Aaron Rodgers. So if this were to happen, I would look at Odell Beckham as a wide receiver 3 with a lot of upside playing in Green Bay. But for me, this would be an awesome fit for not just the fantasy value, but for the Packers as well. This team could use the veteran receiver presence, and it would really help this team, kind of miss the void that's going to be left with Davante Adams leaving. The Indianapolis Colts could use a receiver like Odell as well, with Michael Pittman as the only true wide receiver on this team that's proven. They drafted Alec Pierce in the 2nd round. Matt Ryan does need some weapons, and it looks like they're trying to balance out their attack. Jonathan Taylor was leaned on so heavily last year, but it would be nice for this team to have a true balance with run and the passing attack, and Odell would bring a really dynamic factor that this team could utilize, and especially on the veteran side. Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce are both younger receivers, so if the team doesn't re-sign TY Hilton, Odell could be a great piece to bring in as a veteran presence and potential long-term fit as well with this team. I really think it would be a good fit, and he would have a safe floor in fantasy, but for real-life purposes, it would help balance out this passing attack in a major way. The Baltimore Ravens would be my favorite fit for Odell Beckham. Rashad Bateman is there on the outside right now, but this team has to get Lamar Jackson some weapons. They traded away Hollywood Brown to the Arizona Cardinals, and there's a huge need for their wide receiver. This team didn't draft one in the draft. And so number 2 receiver is Devin Duvernay right now, and Odell could come in and immediately make an impact for this team and even carry some of the weight as a wide receiver 1. Getting Lamar some weapons. He's already talked about it on Twitter. He said, hey, at the team, don't at me. Lamar Jackson said that last year when fans wanted Odell Beckham on the team. And there's still a really good chance that this will be a good fit for Odell Beckham and the Baltimore Ravens as well. So Odell is always good after the catch. He's good in reverses, and this team tends to utilize the run game and short catches. Odell would be an awesome fit for the Ravens, and his fantasy value would probably be at wide receiver 3, pushing wide receiver 2 levels if he were to go to the Ravens. So let me know your thoughts. What team do you feel like would be the best fit for Odell Beckham in free agency? And also, make sure you take advantage of the offer below. We'll see you on the next Hurry Up.